Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I'm gonna do a little playing around with some clay. Um, I've been pulling out the clay lately and wanting to make stuff, so I thought, well, I'll do it on video, and if anybody wants to, wants to watch me do it, then I think that's fantastic. So here's what I have. I have 3 hearts that I made. This is out of scrap clay. Okay, you can hear. Lord only knows what's out there. And then this is another piece of scrap clay. And then this is just a piece of black clay that I just kind of scuffed up. And then this is red clay where we're going to make a heart. And what I did was I put a piece of wire through it and baked it with it on. Now, you can see sometimes it'll come right out, sometimes it won't, but I don't care either way because I'm going to be wrapping them. And let's see, that one came out. So let's start. So you can see, I mean, sometimes, you just have crappy clay sitting around. You got scraps, or if you've made canes or whatever. Or if you want to start out in polymer clay, you can definitely go buy a color. They have them on sale all the time. You can go buy any color that you want. This is red, and then you can do this project with this and wire and a few other little things and have a really cute thing. So let's get to going. All right, this is just red, and I'm just gonna, I did put it in the pasta machine to, just work it out a little bit to flatten it out and to get it warmed up. You can warm up clay a million different ways. Some of my odd ways I do it is that I will put it in its package. I'll sit on it, put it in my pocket, put it under my boob, put it in my bra, that kind of thing. And whatever way you want to do it is fine. Otherwise, I put it in my pasta machine, which is right there. And, go a couple times and then I'm done. All I did was I took, now you can make these as big or small as you want. So let's make a small one here. So I have this, and I'm going to roll it into a ball. And I'm going to just press it out. And I'm going to put it down so you guys can see it a little bit better. Press it out to as thin as you want it. Now, as you can see me pressing, it's getting to become an oval this way. So I'm going to turn it this way because I want it to be longer. And I'm just going to kind of push it. I want that top. I'm going to kind of shape the shape that I want with my finger in the clay. Okay. And then go in. Now, definitely you can use, the back of the handle of your paintbrush. Just bring in your little divot for your little heart. Okay. Push it down. And don't worry about it being perfect or, right on, spot on, what have you, because honestly, I don't believe in perfection. So, and then how do you know it was made with love? I mean, if you can get it perfect, then by all means, please do, but I'm not worrying about that. Okay, so I always like having, you can do it straight. I like having sometimes a little curve. So I'm just going to play with this for a second. Okay. And that is it. You can sit and play for another, as long as you want. All right, there's our heart. That is how simple. Now I pick it up and I turn it over. You can see this side's very, I wonder if you get better lighting if I turn this off. This side's very smooth. So I'm going to push this down a little bit. I'm on a craft mat. There are clay mats. There are ceramic tiles you can use, which I use to bake on. There are, you can use parchment paper, wax paper on the other side, whatever you have. Just use your table. Glass is great. If you have like a picture frame, take the glass out of that and use it. Or use your table, whatever you have. But you see, I'm just kind of flattening it out. And then I'll turn it back over and decide which side that I want. And, if there's a little tweaking or whatever. And that is how that becomes a heart. Now, what you can do is I take a little piece of wire. You can use a toothpick. You can use whatever you want. If you want to do this now, you don't have to because we're going to wrap it with wire. But what I do is I just pick an area and I will push the wire through and I put my hand on the back as the wire goes through. If I can kind of feel the wire, moving through the clay and it's a little closer to my finger, I kind of push back a little bit so that wire doesn't poke through the clay. And you do that on both sides. It kind of guides you. And I'm pushing and it came out. See? It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to kind of go in, make sure it moves, see? Okay. Now, here's a couple things you can do before you bake it if you choose to. This is a tad bit sticky. It's fine. I like it. So I'm going to take some Perfect Pearls. Now, there are a million colors of Perfect Pearls. So let me do, what color can I do with red? Not those. So let me see. How about just some plain old biscotti? We have biscotti and we have Perfect Pearl in Perfect Pearl. That's the color. Okay, so 2 things you can do while this is not baked, unbaked. All right, tap it. I'm going to use this. You can see some of it's coming out. This is mica powder. It's called Perfect Pearls, or it's also called Pearl-X. Pearl-X. I mean, you can get a million different mica powders. You can also, well, let's do this first and I'll tell you, because you know I get ahead of myself. So what you would do, this is sticky, so I would put my brush in there just a little bit, get a little bit of that product on there, and then just brush it on, and it's going to stay. Perfect Pearls goes permanent with water, so you can definitely take a little bit of water, spray it on there, and that's going to make that permanent. Plus, we're going to bake it. So you see, you can tap it on. And leave it dry. You could put a little bit more if you want it really. Or you could put different colors on it so you get a different look. So that's with using water. Okay. Now this is perfect medium. This is for the Perfect Pearls. It's a ink pad, really. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of it on my finger because it's really sticky. And you can lay it on here. It's like an embossing for this type of thing. All right. Let's see if you can see. Try to look this up. Let's see. I don't know if you can you see the sticky on there? And then I'm going to take my brush, and that will have it stick too. So you have 2 ways. But if you don't have the ink pad that goes with it, you don't have to worry because it works on water too, and it is great. And look at that shine. Okay. Something else you can do is take, let's see, take a stamp pad. We'll use this because it's a little deeper. You want it kind of etched, you know, kind of etched deep. If you don't, use your punchinella. You can use anything really, but take it, and I advise you to spray that with water because that'll help the stamp not stick. And just press it in, lift it up, and then look, and I can see, let's see if you guys can see the impressions. Yep. See the impressions? And then we would go bake it. Now, after we bake it, it becomes one of these. So think about the fun stuff you can do with this. I'm going to probably bake this and then finish it and maybe do a giveaway with it. Let's see how we make out here though. Okay, so I'm going to dry the water. So I have this heart. I have this heart, depending on what side you want to use. It doesn't matter. And then I have the black heart. The black heart. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to paint them. Now I don't know what colors I'm going to use yet, but I have neon colors from Americana. This is electric blue. I have scorching yellow. And And I have Sizzling Pink. So I don't know. These are patio paints, and this color is Pumpkin. These are outdoor paints. So I thought these would be great to use too to try. But I have Raspberry, and then I have Orange Poppy and Tango Blue. And then I have Gloss Enamels, and they're from Americana as well. And I'm excited to use these because these are going to give a really great gloss, and I'll talk about that in a second. So many different ways we can go with this, but let's paint one first. Let's use this one. Now, you can see the colors on here. This definitely is a piece of clay that I had left over when I was doing canes and whatnot. So I don't know if I want to keep that or not. But what I'm going to try to do is right now, I'm going to take some enamel paint of the white. I'm going to give it a shake because it's glossy, so it has a, a gloss in it, a clear coat. And I'm just going to take it on my brush and I'm going to paint it on. Now this is transparent white. And what that means is when you paint on, say, glass or whatever, you get that really cool, like, effect. Like window clings almost, stained glass looking. But what this is going to do for me is give me a base coat. Okay? And that's what I'm going to use for that because I want it to be glossy. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to work on another one just while that dries, just so you can see. Now here is, let's see, here's our black one. Has some texture. So let's see what the patio paint looks like on there. Very excited for these because I have a lot of wood projects I want to start doing. So I only got a few colors to try it out. I didn't want to get tons of them, but I'm going to definitely try it out. Okay, so I'm going to go in with just this orange. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. And the more paint you put on it, and this is glossy. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like it. But I'm going to take and just wipe it off because I want some of that. But I want it to kind of make those scrapes in there. I want that to be, can you see how nice and glossy though? Oh, that's nice. The stuff I can do with this. I'm so excited. And let's try a pink neon. Look how pretty that neon is. Let me rinse my brush. Let me dry my brush. Let me get some pink. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Look at that color on the black. Look at that. Oh, gosh. Look at that. Now, I believe me, I have a lot of clay videos coming up with just some simple things and some not so simple things. Because I'm going to paint, look at this on, look how beautiful that is on the black. Oh. So then everybody can do it. So if I do giveaways and I give a couple blocks of clay away, that you will have something to, if you want to do it. You can see I'm not using anything very expensive or, that you have to have special things for it. It's just a block of clay and some paint. That's it. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, that color is great. I want to drink it. All right. Don't drink it because it's just not good for you. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun. Just to dry it a bit. Watch because the metal will get warm. But remember, if you don't have a heat gun, just use your hair dryer. Now, a lot of people, when I do my clay videos, a lot of people ask me, I'm going to leave that sit for a second, how do I do it with my hands? Because I've already in fibro, and people ask me all the time, how do you do it? Well, I don't do it when I'm having a really hard time. That's what it is. But as you can see, I don't, I'm not a perfectionist, I guess is the word. So for me to get items like this, okay, to do a heart, but maybe it's not exactly perfect. Maybe it's a blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? For me, it's just the fun of doing it and making something out of it. Now, let me give you a little tip. Okay, I had my tips here. You can go to the dollar store, or you might even have it in your home. You can get these many places. This is a cookie cutter. I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I go through clearances all the time. So you definitely can take this. This is why I saved this piece. All right, let's just say you kind of have your piece rolled out, right? And then you could take your clay cutter and watch. Look how simple. You got a heart, okay? You got a heart. Now you can do several things with this. You can, you know, kind of play a little bit with it, make it a little pointer on the bottom, a little thinner, a little bit more there. But I mean, look how easy. So do you have to do a heart? No, you can do a circle. You could do whatever you want because it's yours, because it's yours and mine and everybody's. You could put the clay out. You could trace around on a circle. Do a circle. I don't care. Have fun. That's the point. Okay. So you can see this, and it's still a little tacky. So I'm going to hit this with the glue, with the heat gun for a second to dry this. Now, you don't have to hit it with anything to dry it, because I'm on doing a video. I don't want to keep you guys here forever, because I'm sure y'all have better things to do than stare at me. But, you know, so I'm going to leave that sit there for a second. So I have this, and I'm going to, what color do I want to do? No, okay, so let's do this. So let's say you don't have gloss enamel, say you don't have patio paint, say you don't have neons. But what you do have is your regular craft paint. So take your regular craft paint. It doesn't matter what brand, what it is. Take it, and then you can do the same thing. It's going to still cover it very nicely. All right, so what I want to do is make this kind of not necessarily vintage, but a little worn, I guess. And that's why I did the black. So I'm just going to wipe off the rest of that paint on there. I'll just scrape it. Little hints of it here and there. Okay. So I did that. And I'm going to let that dry. But while I let that dry, I'm going to make, let's see, I don't want to glue that. I mean, I don't want to paint that in. I'm going to attach wire. So what I'm going to use is just regular jewelry wire you can get. It is 20 gauge. And I'm going to cut a big piece off, because it'll be easier for me to work. And what I want is, I'm going to take this in the back, put these together, kind of hook them a bit, let's see. Okay. Because what I want to start is, I want to start my wire. Yeah, it's not gonna, I'm gonna have to twist it like this. Okay, see how I'm twisting it to attach it and it's not gonna come off? We'll take all those ends off later. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to go around all kinds of different, there's no right or wrong way. Just wrap it. And then you could take that underneath like you're sewing to kind of attach it. Okay. Now what I want to do is make wings. Now think about this. I'm doing this a very basic wire wrap of just playing. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You could do it whatever way you want. But what's fun is, and I'll show you in another video, you could put beads on these. So you have all these really pretty beads and everything like that on the front. Then take your wire that you have sticking out and bend it, and kind of hook it around for now. We'll tighten everything up when we go back in. Or maybe I'll do it now. Okay. And I'm going to pull it. And I want to make a wing. And the wing can be whatever type of wing you want. Do you want it to be pointing up here? Do you want it to be, you know, fancy? But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And I like doing this on here. I know a couple people asked me, but I do things because I do videos like this so y'all can see that, you know what, sometimes you got to undo it. It's not you suck. It's not that you're doing it wrong. It's just sometimes things you, in the middle of doing it, you might say, oh, you know what, I should do it like this, or I could have done that, or you know what, I don't like that there. So don't ever feel, what I'm going to do is make this a bit tighter. That's all. And then what I'm going to do is take this through here. See, and then that secured that for me. And then I can go through the back here. It's just like sewing. That's all you're doing. And we'll cut all those extra pieces off. It's not a big deal. And then we have, now imagine if you put a nice bead there. Now you can still, if you wire and you look at it and you're like, you know what, I'd like to have a nice bead there. Take some E6000 or hot glue or whatever and glue a little rhinestone or a bead right there. Be nice. All right, because I want my wing bigger. And that's why I did that. I wish I could tell you guys like size, but like for, you know, like the length of the, but it depends on the wing you want or what you want to do. You might not even want a wing. I do. So I'm going to point that up like that. I'm going to kind of make a butterfly wing. See? Let's see, I don't know how well you can see that. There you go. So that's my wing. So this is the end. So what I want to do is take it, because I'm pretty happy with the shape of my wing. So I'm going to take that end right here, right? And I'm going to wrap it. You can definitely use your wire pliers, your pliers. So we go like this. And we have our one wing. Look at that. Yeah. All right, so let's do the other side. Now, we're not going to, you can definitely wrap it if you want, and we'll wrap through it, but we're not going to, you'll see. Okay, so I just cut a big piece off. I have no idea. Now, what you can do is go into the hat, into the middle, you know, leave some tail here and everything, and kind of, they're not going to be exact the same. Hey, but if you want them exactly the same, build yourself a little, which I have. I should try to see if I can see it and show you guys what my husband built me. And with nails and a little piece of wood, and you get your own jig. And it's, my husband made me one, and I used it for years, and I make the greatest wire stuff with it. Anyway, I'll try to get that and show you the next video. But unless I can grab it over there. Okay, so you see, we're just kind of getting the same basic size. Nothing. You know, so it doesn't have to be spot on. Okay, you see I have it. So I'm going to twist this just once so I can kind of hold that. That's all you need is one twist. And I'm going to put it this way. Now look how much bigger that is than that. So now you can kind of go back. You see how I'm saying? Like you can judge. It's really not that hard. I hope I'm not making it sound hard because it really isn't. You can just kind of go and judge. There you go. That'll be a little bit better. What you're doing. And wire is so forgiving because, you know, you can definitely play with it a bit so it looks a little smaller than it is kind of thing. But yeah, that's a little bit bigger, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. All right. Now just go in, take it in the back of the wire. Take it like you're sewing. Put that this way. Remember, we will worry about the sizing later. Just kind of want to get it a little, there we go. And then take it and just keep taking that loose wire and sewing it in a sense. Come on there, you. So it stays secure. And just attach these two. And we're gonna just twist it and twist it and twist it and twist it. And pull your wire back up so you don't lose it. And you can finagle with it a little bit if you want to do that. Take this wire over here and just roll it. And that's it. Just do your own. There's no guide I can tell you to really attach it because it's all in, you know, whatever strength you have, whatever you're doing, whatever supplies you have. It's all right. It's all good in the hood. All right. Okay. And I have this little piece. Now you can see it. It's a hot mess in the back. But guess what? We can definitely fix that with our pliers, or I'm going to give you a little hint. But I'm going to be hanging this on the wall, so it's no big deal. So I have this piece. It's kind of just hanging, not doing much. So I'm just going to cut that off. There. All right, so now we have this. And then what I like to do is take my wire again. You know, I should have put, let me see. Stuff like this. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. And take more wire. I'm going to cut it. And I want to make some designs in here. And here's where you can take beads and all that kind of cool stuff and use them on here. But we're just going to hook it. And I'm just going to kind of, then if you had beads, imagine putting the beads on here. And the wings would be all beads. Oh, how pretty. Or anything really. Yarn. You can wrap this with yarn. You know, you don't want it too tight, but you want it to be flat. And come on, don't be a pain in my butt. And then just wrap it, take it through. I like the wire wraps, so I think it adds a little bit of texture to it. And then I have the beginning one here. Just gonna put that there. You want them kind of crunched so they don't move on you. Doesn't matter, that it's just an organic kind of look. So now we'll just wrap that around, flatten it. Okay, take this through and hook it, and then we'll cut that off when we're done. Now we'll do the other side. But you know what? While you're thinking about it, cut those edges off. Do like that. I have this one right here. Do like that. All right. So you kind of see where we're going with this? You're just doing design. You could do whatever you want. You can definitely hang beads from here too, like on the bottom, like a little hanger. If you want to make a little hanger for the back, you have all this to attach it to. I'll show you in a second. I'm just going to take a little bit more of the wire and do the same thing on the other side. I wish I would have grabbed my beads. It would take me too long to try to grab my beads. But I will have to do another one. And then just wrap it the same way, kind of creasing it as you go, like putting it together. You can make this very thick too. You don't have to make it so big. You can weave in and out. I mean, you could really have a ball with this. You know, so do like that. Take it up here and just wrap it. And then you definitely can go in and, you know, you want to go back in and shape it. I know I keep going off, and I'm so sorry here. That's why it's so much fun to work with wire, because you can shape it whatever way you want. Okay, so you have, I mean, I know, it looks, see, I like this kind of look, the organic look, but like I said, to embellish it now is going to be, you know, awesome. So let me show you. I have some embossing powder, and it is from Stampendous, and it is Red Dragon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my perfect medium, and I'm going to stamp it on my heart. You can use glycerin, you know, you can use whatever. And I'm going to sprinkle some of this on there. Oh yeah, that's going to look good. I'm going to take my heat gun. I'm going to blow. And it's going to cover the wire too, and it's going to look so cool. So you definitely can do the wire as well. But that's, oh, it's hot. That's how it's going to start. But I have more here that I didn't put in. So I'm going to turn this, kind of fluff it down on that. And you know what else would be cool? If we used, oh, I'll do that on the next video. If you use clear embossing, UT. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to, I don't think I can get this on camera. And there it is. And it's, like I said, this is just the base. This is what you want to start. Let me dust this off real quick. This is where you want to start, you know, just to play. You can definitely do, let's play and do this. Let's see what the gold. Let me see if I can get some of the embossing powder on here. On a wing. Okay, let's see what this does. We can use, I don't think I have any more embossing in there. I'll just use this color. Okay. I'm just going to lay it in there. Hopefully it'll pick up a little bit more. Drag it through. Okay. Let's see if I can get close so you guys can see this. Oh, no, you're not gonna be able to see it on there. Oh yeah. Okay. Now while it's hot and still melting, don't burn your finger like I do. But you could definitely roll this into here again in your embossing powder and do it again so you get another layer. Right? Because that's sticky, the part that is drying right now that's a little bit sticky will pick that up. And can you see how awesome that looks? Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, and I ain't kidding around when I say it, it's really hard for you guys to see. I love this. This is so beautiful, and I'm not just saying it because I did it. I'm saying it because it is. And it's really hard for you guys to see and pick up exactly what it looks like. And I hate that because it's so pretty. But all right, I'm just going to kind of run this through and get some of this on this side as well. And then I'm going to show you how to make a hook. But your imagination can only limit you with this, really. You want the gold to be cut back a little bit where you don't want it as shiny. By all means, patina it. Take some black paint with water and put it on there to take that shine down. You know? But that is what it is right this second. And it's very hot and I can't really do much with it right for now. All right. But you can see the wings, the wings, the wings, the wings. If we want to make a background, make a hoopy loop, which I'm going to be hanging it. I'm just going to take a piece of wire. I'm going to cut it. And you can emboss this right now if you wanted to. You could put the embossing powder on it, roll it, and do it. You could do all that. But you see this hot mess in the back? This is part one of what you could do. Just run this like you're sewing underneath all those wires, whatever wires you can get through. Hoop it up. Leave about, I don't know, like an inch hanging over. Bring this up. Give it a good twist there. Then loop this, the bigger piece, and run it down through. Put it like where you want it in the middle. Take this piece that's hanging here, the piece that we had hanging over here, and loop it and loop it and loop it. Of course, use your pliers if you want. And come on, looper. And then you can hang it. Look how cool. Okay, so now we have this jambalaya in the back. Now this is going to be a little wobbly right here. You could use your tools and make it less wobbly, but this will help you do this. So we have this bit in the back. Very quickly, you can take your clay, right? That's raw. You can do it raw. You could do it, do this all before you paint it. You can do whatever you want. And what you're going to do is just follow that shape on the back. And you're going to enclose all that. So I would use a black, black as well, or whatever color you want, because it can definitely be, as you see here, double duty. So if you hang it and it, turns and all that, so then you can do your heart on the back and decorate it however you want. And then as it hangs, look how cool. It just hangs so nice. And you have this delicious, delicious, delicious heart. Now, like I said, you can do so much with it. I don't know what I'm going to do. If you don't want to put clay on the back, which some people might not, you can sit with your pliers for a minute. I mean, this in itself to me is very abstract art, but you can go in and you can twist some of these and have them, you know, push them down, what ones you want. Okay, you push them all down and then put some glue on the back, just so it kind of holds it in place, because if you're hanging this on the wall, you know, you're not going to need to have anything on the back. But it's totally up to you. So imagine, like I said, hanging some beads down here. You could have, you know, put the beads on there. You could do whatever. It's a very organic looking piece. I love it. I hope you guys do. If you try it, let me know. Let me know if you guys want a polymer clay giveaway. But this is so simple, and I know, you know, I'm a little scattered brain today, but I have so many clay things coming up, just really, really cute little clay things that we can do. Like I said, now, you know, on here, think about, you know, you can use yarn instead of the wire, or you could put nice the textured yarns and all through and weave it through, or ribbon, and you will just, I mean, it's endless what you can do. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you have any questions, because I'm doing my best to go through them. I have this yet. I'm going to do something with the next video, and we'll see what goes on with that. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love all of you. I'm trying to get back to all the comments. I have a lot of comments and a lot of emails, and I'm determined. But I hope that you guys like this, and I didn't bore the crap out of you. And I'm also, like I always say, I'm probably going to put a video up, in this video up, sped up quickly with just music, because a lot of people like that. And then I'm going to leave this long one. So if you guys see my videos sporadically go up where I have two of the same videos, I will have on the title short version or long version. And then you can choose which one you want to see. But I'm digging it. I love it. And I love you. So have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.